Hello. Welcome back to Underrated Movies. I'm your guy. I'm your man, Mr. Alton Henry. Today I'm going to talk to another underrated television show that I just finished rewatching. It's called Moon Knight, not Netflix, Disney Plus MCU television series that I think has like 7 episodes, starring Oscar Isaac and Ethan Hawke, based on the comic book superhero, which this is really the first time I'm knowing about it, but this show's been out for like 2 years now. And the story centers around a English works in a museum. This guy that works at a museum who is currently suffering from DID, who has mystical powers, and he goes along a journey along with his other personality to figure out who he is, but also to stop the calculated cult leader who wants to harness his power, played by Ethan Hawke. And this is a very unique Marvel product, and it's actually one I think is one of the best things that Marvel has come out. Because I don't know, like it I think it does something unique compared to other Marvel properties. I think this one within the MCU, probably besides Infinity War, I think this is one of the more mature and darker MCU projects, excluding Netflix's shows before they got sold to Marvel Studios. Marvel Studios brought them back. This one centers a little bit more on mature things such as trauma, tragic past, and coping with traumatic events. And this year follows Oscar Isaac character, where he suddenly discovers the reason why this character has this blackout episodes. He'll be somewhere but then not remember why he's there, and somehow he'll trace back to how he got there, and it's actually pretty crazy and unique how that happens. And I really like the approach, how they handle the action scenes or handle this character, because I don't know much about the character, but I've learned a little bit of it watching Comic Book Explain. Heck yeah. Where the character of Moon Knight has multiple personalities. In the show, there's 3 personalities. The third one does not get revealed until the very final episode, kind of like the post-credit scene. A little of a spoiler. We have Mark, and I think, was it Mark and Steven, both personalities that share the same body. And when they transform into this mythical superhero warrior called Moon Knight, each personality develops their own unique take or version of the Moon Knight hero. And it's very unique. It's very cool. It's a very good take on how these personalities can formulate their own version of the Moonlight character. And it's very cool, honestly. Like I really, it was very fascinating. And I think this is one of Oscar Isaac's best and most fun performances that he's done so far. And it's very unique how this character switches from personality, and to see also visually how these two personalities kind of clash. And I'm gonna be honest with you, the first episode literally had one of the greatest and best superhero intros that I've seen, and it happens in the first episode, the last part of the first episode, where the camera pans and you don't see the level of violence that takes place, where Moon Knight beats up the character, and the camera just pans and shows him beating up in him, and then it pans up to him, slowly zooming in, and you have Moon Knight slowly turn around and just walk towards the camera. Man, that was a badass build up to that character. Like, the first episode builds up to that character so well. I think is probably one of the best superhero intros I've seen so far. Now, the journey unravels like a mystery where you start to dive into Moon Knight's past, the people around him, how he got involved into the suit. So it's like an origin story slash adventure, where it's not really introducing or referencing to really any of the other superheroes within the MCU, unless you're, I don't know, a comic book guy that really understands all those references. Where I think there's a little reference to Doctor Doom, I'm not entirely sure. But I really love this take on how they visually show this character's personality switching. Because when the character, and I guess this is like a defense mechanism of Moon Knight, is where things get too chaotic or he feels like he's about to lose, his personality kind of starts to switch, and it would, as a filmmaker's choice, the camera would zoom in on to his face, he would roll his eyes black, and then it would switch from the screen to black very, very fast, like he's something built up to where he's about to switch personality, and then it shows the aftermath of the violence that takes place in that moment, which was very unique. I found it very subversive too, and I thought it was a very interesting, creative choice that the filmmakers and the writers made for that character. Ethan Hawke plays a very, very interesting villain, and it's actually interesting that they finally got him to participate in the MCU. But I'm sure this is the only time he's going to partake in this. I really like that it kind of kept you guessing on what the character is, just what's going on with the character and the storytelling a little bit, where it does kind of finally wrap up in a very, very unique way. And of course, it ends in a very big CGI battle, but I loved how they did this show. The backstory of this character is very, very tragic too. Like, it really, there's some pretty good scenes in here, that especially when it comes to more of the when the show centers on more of the dark subject matters. I think Oscar Isaac delivers a very underrated performance here that I don't like. It should have, to me, I believe it should have got recognized, because I think here it's very challenging to play split personalities, and I think here he really did a great, and I think very mesmerizing take on the character. I really love this show. I think this is one of the best things that Marvel has come out within the MCU, and I really love the show. I highly recommend it too. Moon Knight, have you seen it? Comment below, let me know if you have, which now I am a fan of that character. And let me know, what is your favorite underrated Marvel product from the MCU? And what is your favorite underrated movie? And